All right, everybody. I want to officially welcome you to your home galaxy, the Milky Way. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is speeding through space and Earth, traveling through space at 1.3 million miles per hour. We are going 25 miles per second closer to the center of the Milky Way galaxy. And as some of you may know, in the center of our galaxy is a supermassive black hole. We're also traveling alongside our local cluster of stars 375 miles a second toward what is known as the Virgo cluster, an enormous collection of galaxies 45 million light years away. And in our galaxy, we see all these beautiful patterns that seem to be common, not just on Earth and even to the finite of or the infinitesimal pieces of our mitosis and our cells and how our cells divide, but we see the same geometry throughout the cosmos. So there's some sort of design going on here, some sort of laws that it seems that creation is actually following. And you can see here, we have the Milky Way galaxy that is following the Fibonacci spiral, but then there are other types of galaxies. The spiral galaxy is one of the most common forms of galaxies that there are, but there are other galaxies that seem to go by different ways, different geometrical shapes, or even maybe have different elements of physics that are playing out there. And this meme here on the left that many have probably seen is one that really shows the as above, so below. We have, of course, the sacred geometry starting at the circle to the Vesica Pisces, to the seed of life, to the flower of life. Then we have the cosmos and how the cosmos are created and nebula and galaxies are created. And then we have mitosis. You can see that they're all very similar. So what is actually occurring on the grand scale, on the macro scale in the universe through the creation of galaxies and nebulae and whatever is the same thing that is happening on the micro level within our own bodies and how all physical matter is being created. But the part that I'm really excited about is the fact that this sacred geometry has been utilized by ancient civilizations for years. And we're now realizing the sacred geometry is a representation of the division of our cells and also the creation of universe and galaxy, right? So these individuals that were using this artwork maybe had some sort of connection or understanding of these components already and created beautiful art in order to express it. This right here is a snapshot, an intersection of the Milky Way galaxy. So this line that we see right here in the center is actually the photon belt, which is the high concentration of ether within our galaxy, right? So the milk of the Milky Way galaxy is this right here. Humans and the trajectory of our planet is right here. You see the line that's going all the way down up above. So not only are we going and rotating, and let me show you with my hands here. Not only are we rotating around our Milky Way galaxy, but we're also going around in spirals around that. So that we have multiple rotations going on, right? So we're going, here's the Milky Way, this core and center. We're going all the way around. And then we're also going like this around the Milky Way. The milk of the Milky Way galaxy, and then the trajectory of planet Earth, right? And then we have years over here. So around 10,000 BC, we're in the night sky. When you look into the sky, you see the constellation of Leo, right? And that's over here, 10,000 BC. And then every 2,000 years or so, the constellations in the night sky change, right? And then we got to what? We get to the birth of Christ, 4 BC, you know? And then 2,000 years later, in the year of, and we're in the age of Pisces, we get to the age of Aquarius, which is right about this time. And what this shows is the trajectory of the planet Earth through the galactic center. So we have been at the bottom of it for around 13,000 something years. And now we're going to the top side of it, which is the different polarity. So the belief is that this is also how we're ascending. Well, we've been in this duality in this Kali Yuga, which is down here, known as the Dark Ages in ancient Sanskrit scriptures. And now we're going up into this polarized positive ascension. And then we go down again and we start all over. This is a image of our Milky Way galaxy. And in a moment, I'm going to show you that the positioning of our planet in our galaxy isn't what we thought it was and have been told for quite a while now. And as you can see right here, this 30,000 years from the edge of our 30,000 light years from the edge of our Milky Way galaxy all the way to the galactic core. So 30,000 on each side. The galactic core has a specific amount of length as well, but there's around 60,000 light years on, if you include both sides, just to go to the center of our galaxy. And if you can read this in the bottom right here, I'm going to read this part. The solar system wobbles up and down 200 light years either side of the galaxy's disk. Okay, this is mainstream conventional science here. I think this is from science.org. When it wobbles above, Earth may be exposed to more cosmic waves from the galaxy's bow shock. So conventional scientists have realized that the galaxy emits some sort of bow shock, and the bow shock actually goes what is on the top of the galactic center. It spews this energy, this radiation, or whatever it is, to the top. When we're in this element right here, the scientists are saying that there is some sort of frequency, some sort of bow shock of cosmic rays that are actually bombarding everything on top of it, which could actually go to the whole notion that that's an ascended world, that we're being hit with these cosmic rays, and through these rays, we're able to live a more empowered life. A lot of hidden truths are being disclosed. So that could be connected to it right there. But it's interesting that they're saying that there are cosmic waves and they are going above. And it also says we go up and down 200 light years on either side of the galaxy's disk. Here's the galaxy's disk, 200 light years down, 200 light years up. And that is our trajectory. Now, here is the Milky Way galaxy. And if you notice, the position of Earth seems to be almost in the middle of the Milky Way galaxy. Whereas I grew up being told that we're on the last arms of the Milky Way galaxy, we're right at the end of the galaxy. And now, because of new scientific evidence and satellites, they're realizing that we actually aren't all the way at the end. We're closer to the end than we are to the center, but we're almost at the center of the distance between the end of our galaxy and the galactic center, supermassive black hole in the middle of our galaxy. And here is another one right here. And another image of our positioning. So how much you can see depends on where the sun is in relation to the Milky Way core. So as the Earth goes around the sun, seeing the larger part of the Milky Way occurs around February to November. The more we see, what we see in our cosmos is directly connected to our positioning in relation to the galactic core. But what is the galactic core? Well, the galactic core seems to be a supermassive black hole that has the mass of 4 million suns. And next to the black hole in the center of our galaxy is a constellation called Sagittarius A. It is located at the center of the Milky Way galaxy, and it lies in the direction of the Sagittarius constellation near the border with Scorpius. It is the location of the supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy. So we believe that Sagittarius A is the entrance to the area where the supermassive black hole is. The black hole lies at a distance of 26,000 light years from Earth. So the whole trajectory right here of us going up and down, approximately 25 to 26,000 years. The zodiac, also 25 to 26,000 years. The distance from Earth to the center of our galaxy, around the same amount of time. If not the same time. These are all estimated numbers they're giving, but all the estimated numbers say around 26,000. So it looks like that 26,000 year cycle is we're connected on many levels. And it could be 13,000 years of this ascended reality, and then 13,000 years of a more dualistic experience. And that keeps going on and on. But then if you look at the Hindu scriptures, there are actually cycles within cycles. There's a dark age of the golden age. There's a silver age and a bronze age of the golden age, right? Where we still have gone through many challenges, but we still have some sort of dualistic experiences that come up. So to say that we go through 13,000 years of enlightenment and then 13,000 years of darkness in the conventional sense that we've been experiencing on Earth may not exactly be true. Now we're finding out Earth is actually much closer to the supermassive black hole than we thought. And here is an image of Sagittarius A, which is supposed to be close to the location of the black hole. The reason why I keep saying close to the location of the black hole is because of what? Well, black holes are black. They're dark. You can't even see light escaping from it. So it's very difficult to find a black hole. And when they first believed black holes existed, it was a theory. They believed that they could exist. They didn't even prove it yet. And then now they proved it. And then 3 or 4 years ago, they released the first image of a black hole sucking in light that's around it, right? Some people say it's a fake image, who knows? But that the supermassive black hole is located somewhere around there because of the whole component of the fact that we can't really see the black hole. We can only see the light around it. And if you looked at the galactic center, you would, if you weren't like informed at all as growing up, I guess you would probably believe like, why is there so much light there if it's a black hole? Well, the whole thing is that there are the suns and the light and the planets around the black hole are so super dense and compacted together that when we look in that direction, all we see is light. What we're doing in this moment is still creating a great foundation for realizing the way our galaxy, where our Milky Way galaxy works, but also the universe. And part of that is knowing what is happening in a galaxy that we probably don't know. This is something that many of you may have not come across before, that there's actually a galaxy that we are currently integrating into our own galaxy as we speak. And it's been happening for quite some time. When I grew up, I was told that we're heading on a collision course for the Andromeda Galaxy. In a few billion years from now, we're going to collide. The galaxies might unite. They might dissipate. I don't know if any of you have heard that as well, but that's what I was taught. Now, I mean, whether that's still true or not, I haven't done my research to see, like, are they still saying that same thing? But that brings me to this. Well, it's actually happening right now. There's actually a dwarf galaxy that's called the Sagittarius Galaxy, not to be confused with Sagittarius A, which is what I just showed you, which is a constellation within the Milky Way. But there is a galaxy called the Sagittarius Galaxy, represented by this pinkish, orangish, reddish kind of blob right here. And these trajectories, these lines right there, are the matter being broken up by the gravity of our galaxy. And this is happening for around 8 billion years. It's been integrating into our galaxy. And the next slide I'm going to show is a GIF that is actually going to show you the last 8 billion years of what has happened to this galaxy and how it's integrated into Earth. So here we go. We're going to start at 8 billion years ago, 5.7 billion years ago, 3 billion years ago, 1.9 billion years ago, 1 billion years ago. Now, here we go again. So I'm going to show you that again. And watch, see that for quite a few billion years, this galaxy was rotating around us. And then it started to break apart and get integrated. And now we're in a whole different, it looks completely different aesthetically because it's actually pulling in matter from all over our galaxy almost as an infinity spiral. So here we go again. 8 billion years ago. Okay, 5.7 starts breaking up. 3 billion years ago starts tail end. 1.9 billion years ago. And then boom, 1 billion years ago, now we have like an infinity spiral going on in our galaxy as that component adds. And what happens when a galaxy breaks up and starts rejoining our galaxy? The matter, the particles all start breaking up, and then they get formed into nebula. They get formed and part of other planets and other constellations and gets integrated. And sometimes there's evidence to suggest that planets, rogue planetary bodies, leave different galaxies from some sort of traumatic event, or maybe not even, and go to other galaxies. And this could be one of the ways that this happens. And here's another way that could happen. This is from NASA's own website. This is something that has occurred in our past within our galaxy. See if you can follow. I know the text right here is a little small, so I'll read it out. So number one here, we're going to look at this. There was a triple star system, right, that was close to the black hole in the center of our galaxy. Triple star system. So we're not talking about a binary star system. We're talking about 3 suns rotating. And then it moves closer to the center of the Milky Way galaxy. One of these stars falls towards the black hole in the center of a galaxy, gets pulled away. The binary pair, the other 2 pair, gets shot off into space, out of our galaxy. The binary system leaves the galaxy, number 3 right here, and then they form together, and they become what's known as a blue straggler. And then the blue straggler goes off into the depths of space to who knows where. So these are kind of things that are happening in a galaxy all the time, being interacted with. interacted with all types of celestial bodies.